So, how would you like to improve your chances of weight loss? Yeah, okay, all of us. Try getting better sleep. In recent years, researchers have discovered that our sleep habits, they strongly influence the amount and types of foods we eat and even whether we gain or lose body fat.
Yeah, losing sleep can trigger brain and hormonal changes that stimulate food cravings, which can drive us to consume more calories, especially from junk foods rich in fat and sugar.
This week, beginning National Sleep Awareness Week, we're going to highlight the importance of catching your Z's. Spoke with expert in nutrition and obesity medicine, Dr. Janice Laster, about the link between sleep and weight gain. Dr. Laster, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Good to see you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we're talking about this whole topic about the sleep and obesity. How does improving your sleep quality improve the chances of weight loss?
It is a common question and one that patients often do not believe me when I start off with. So it turns out that there are a lot of hormones that are associated with weight gain that we don't think much about, like ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, and leptin, which is the hunger hormone that makes you feel more satiated. And they're intricately sort of connected to your circadian rhythm and that system. And so what we have found is that when patients don't get enough sleep, so on either side of like the bell curve is what sort of as nerdy docs use, if you get too much sleep or not enough sleep, which is where a lot of my patients hang out on both ends of those bell curves, then you are not getting sort of sufficient amount of sleep to sort of have a balance in those hormones.
That would be me.
Yeah, that was going to, it's like, what do you call you're going to get enough sleep? Is that less than 7 hours?
You got it. Ding, ding, ding. So patients that are less than 6 to 7 hours, and everybody's so busy. And I think the days are so crazy that you try to just kind of grab on and hold on tight at night to say, okay, this is my time to watch television or clean or scroll on social media, is what most of my patients are doing. And so got to get people into bed. And then we think, oh, I catch up on the weekends. I'm like, it doesn't quite work out that way.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And now, can you explain the relationship between sleep habits and food consumption?
Ooh, good question. So what happens is when patients don't get enough sleep, then there starts to be sort of some irregularities in thermoregulation. So, and also again with those changes in those hunger hormones. So when you don't get enough sleep, you start to have ghrelin levels that increase. So patients find themselves being more hungry. And then they start to feel those leptin levels kind of reduce a little bit. So it takes a little bit more to feel satiated. And how I explain it to patients is, imagine if you're not sleeping enough, then you wake up the next day, you sort of feel down and you're just sort of behind the 8 ball, right? So you're fatigued all day and you're trying to play catch up. So you don't make the best choices during the day either because you're tired. And so what are you going to go towards? Foods that give you quick bursts of energy. So they're going to be usually sort of higher carb, sort of processed, quick foods. They're probably not going to be a well-rounded oatmeal with flax seeds and hemp seeds and blueberries and walnuts, that kind of thing, something that's high in fiber, higher in protein, and keep you more satiated. It's probably going to be you're on the go because you snooze so many times because you're retired and you run past some fast food or Dunkin' or, some coffee spot and grab a little Danish and a coffee, right? And so I tell patients you're kind of catching up all day long and you're needing these, kind of wanting these foods because your body is just trying to get you some energy to push through the day.
Has she got a camera at my house? Because I'm not, this is not right. It's just
Every patient goes.
It's just bam, you're one, boom.
I'm nodding.
Every patient, they're like, why do you know this?
Exactly. Why do you know this? Dr. Laster, let's talk about brain and hormonal changes, especially when it's coming to, say, food cravings.
Such a good one. And so when it's as relations to stress, the reason you sort of, or not stress, sleep, when you sort of think about some of those cravings, it really becomes because your body is trying to get you towards the quickest way to get energy. So it's why people tend to go for those things that are higher in sugar, kind of processed quick things. So that is really why you tend to crave those things. And I made there was kind of a flip of the tongue when I said stress, but the same thing happens in stress too. Sort of cortisol levels go and people say, you know what, when I'm stressed, I always want those things. And that's also what happens during that time as well, which is another hormone that we see that sort of can really, really contribute to weight gain when patients have an intense amount of stress that's kind of chronic, which welcome to our country.
Welcome to adulting. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Lester, what tips can help individuals achieve a more peaceful night of sleep?
Good one. So first, I tell patients to just sort of give yourself a little bit of a break and to sort of try to make slow, small changes step by step. So in creating a nighttime routine that sort of feels good, that feels comforting. And I tell people, think about what you do when you're on vacation. You take a nice long bath. It sounds nice and serene in your bathroom, the way they set their bathrooms up, it's cold, the lighting is good, you have this whole beautiful face routine, and trying to find a routine. So I tell patients, trying your best to sort of put the phone on sleep, do not disturb. Don't put it in your bedroom. Don't watch TV in your room. Try to have some tea at night, but don't drink too much liquid at night so you don't get up to urinate throughout the night. Trying to create that routine of something that lets your body know it's settle down time. So I tell people, don't do other things in your bedroom, watching television, working, because your body doesn't really know how to turn that off. And that's part of great sleep hygiene is your bedroom is for with your significant other and sleeping. It's not for eating or, working,
Right.
and because your body doesn't sort of really know how to turn that off. And so a lot of my patients also work really late because everybody's working from home now. And I say, well, you can't go from taking your computer out and working on some project to say you think you're going to go to sleep. Nope, your mind is going to still be reeling. So getting people to separate that out is really, really helpful. And giving them one little thing to do like every 2 weeks, like one step at a time, because something you've been doing for the last 20 years, probably not going to go away just like that. So one step at a time, shutting down from work on time first week, one thing at a time.
Great tips to keep on here. Absolutely. Discussing the link between sleep and weight gain with Dr. Denise Laster. She's an expert in nutrition and obesity medicine at Georgetown University Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and quit recording the stuff in my house.
Sorry.